The Vocatex has different models. This video is intended to help you finding your right Vocatex. To start, I would like to say something about the Vocatex itself. The Vocatex combines a video magnifier and a reading machine.
Zoom in. Zoom in.
I can magnify text with it.
Zoom out. Minimum.
I can read in high
Black,
contrast.
White. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom out. White, black.
I can watch at
Photo
color
mode.
pictures.
Zoom in. Zoom out. Minimum.
But it is also a read aloud system. To start the reading function,
Column selector.
I turn on the column selector. I select the column I would like to read, and with a push on a button the Vocatex starts reading the text aloud.
When I'm on a train, but there was something
If you want to
intriguing
know
about
more
this
about the
one.
Vocatex, I would like to invite you to watch our other video about the Vocatex on YouTube. The new intelligent read aloud video magnifier. To select the right Vocatex, the dimension of the screen is very important. The screen size depends on the field of vision and on the remaining visual acuity. We measure the field of vision with a simple hand test. I need the help of my colleague to start. The colleague will start to move his hands to the corners of the screen, and I need to see both hands at the same time. Okay, start moving. I still see them. Stop. This is the dimension of my field of vision. This is the minimum dimension of the screen I need. If I don't do this, I will lose some of my vision capacity. The screen is even larger than my field of vision, but this is very comfortable because I can use this to watch a bit around. Persons with macular degeneration usually prefer this screen, which has a dimension of 32 inches. A small field of vision is a complete different approach. I need again the help of my colleague. Stop. This is, for example, a small field of vision. Persons with retinitis pigmentosa usually prefer a 22-inch screen, but sometimes they even want a larger screen. To select the correct screen size of the Vocatex, the visual acuity is also very important. The visual acuity defines with which magnification you can read characters and words. If I need this magnification to read, for example, it is very clear that I need a large screen to get the words and characters on the screen. The visual acuity is now less than 1/20. Sometimes the screen is also chosen in terms of the width of a column.
Zoom out.
It can be very comfortable to read a column just by moving up and down. To do this, you also need a larger screen. The most pleasant way to read is reading page wide. Let me lower the magnification level. Now I read the whole page in width on the screen. The visual acuity is now approximately 3/10. Ergonomics is very important when using a video magnifier. To read long and comfortable, the eyes need to be positioned just above the middle of the screen. To reach this, we can adjust the height of the screen of the Vocatex, or you can buy a table or chair that is height adjustable. The Vocatex has a lot of special functions. These can be a solution for several eye diseases. By macular degeneration, or MD, is the magnification very important. It is very difficult and tiring to read with this magnification level. That is why we use the reading function. We just zoom out to low magnification level. Persons with macular degeneration can recognize large items very well and can recognize the text blocks on the screen without any problem. I turn on the column selector and I select a column and just let the text read to me.
Usually I try to blot out other people's mobile phone conversations when I'm on a train, but there was something intriguing about this one.
This is block reading. Instead of recognizing characters and words, Blocks recognized. A text block is larger than a character and can be recognized. Visually impaired can read as long as they can recognize blocks. For people with a small field of vision, contrast is very important. Usually yellow characters on a black background are chosen. During reading, those people are getting confused in the text lines. We can turn on a line to indicate the line.
Down.
I also
Down.
can change the position of the
Up,
line to
down.
read with it. I also
Down.
have the possibility to do this with a bar.
Turn this down. Up. Smaller. Smaller. Up.
Reading aloud is
Background.
also very important. I turn on the column selector. This line is sometimes very hard to see. We can change the thickness of it. I start the reading aloud now. A reading
New
frame is
high-speed
shown
links
on the
have cut journey
screen.
times
The
significantly
reading frame
over
is
the last
also
2 years,
adaptable when
new
it is
trips to
hard
many
to
other cities.
recognize. We
Building
can
on
change
next
the
phase
thickness of
Europe's
it.
high-speed rail project begins next year on the 13th of December.
Following the
when
texts
new
is
track
also
brings
very
Amsterdam an
difficult
hour
for
closer,
people with a
as well
small
as
field of
shortening trips to
vision.
many other cities.
To solve this,
Building
we
on the
even
next
can
Amsterdam an
introduce
hour
a
closer,
horizontal
as well
line.
as shortening trips to many other cities. Building on Europe's high-speed rail project begins next year. And now
The
that we have
progress
modern,
indicator is
high-speed
also
services
adaptable,
running
so
to the
it is
heart of
more
cities,
visible.
with the next big step forward due on the 13th of December, when new track.
For people that are photophobic, we have several possibilities. I can change the colors of the
Black green,
characters.
black yellow, black orange, black grey, black
The
white.
Vocatex has 28 color combinations. Another possibility is to reduce the brightness of the
Reduce
lights
camera
on the
light.
sliding table.
Reduce camera light. Reduce minimum. Increase camera light. Increase camera light. Maximum.
We also can
Reduce
change the
camera light.
brightness of the
Increase
button on
camera
the
light.
user interface. With cortical visual impairment, reading with the devices on a low magnification
Usually
is
I try
important.
to blot out other
To understand the
people's mobile
text
phone
better, we can
conversations when
adjust
I'm
the
on a
reading
train.
speed.
But
I
there
can
was
let it read
something
slower.
intriguing about this one. I was on an early Eurostar heading for Zurich via Paris, sitting across the aisle from a typical British banker, when he took a call from his wife. Even across the carriage I could hear her agitation at the other end of the line, and his attempts to hush the call. Only call the hush to
I
the
also
is
can
and by
navigate
the
in the text, word by word,
time,
for
and his
example, back in
attempts
the
to hush
text.
call. Usually I try to blot out other people's
Or down to
mobile phone
repeat.
when I'm on.
The Vocatex is a device that can be used for special purpose. People that work a lot with tables can watch page wide on the large screen. A reading line is very nice to follow the lines and will avoid mistakes. I can use the screen as a computer screen. I can switch to the computer just by pressing a button. I can put the keyboard on the sliding table. I can move the keyboard under the screen so I can be very close to the screen to type. The large screen will also let me work in a smaller magnification on my computer. I have a better overview and can work faster. For professionals, we recommend to use a second screen so you can work simultaneously with your computer and video magnifier. The Vocatex is a multimedia center. You can use the magnifier to read aloud, to watch at pictures, and to do handcraft. You can use the screen as computer with magnification and speech. The Vocatex is also a television. The Vocatex is very user-friendly. The buttons are tangible, Illuminate it and explain every button with
Zoom
a clear
out.
voice.
Zoom in.
There is
Zoom in.
even a reset button to
Zoom
go
in.
to your original settings. A lot of
Factory
older people
settings.
are using the Vocatex because of its simplicity.